the lipstick and the high heels and ready to serve the nation. I'm happy to be, and I always say, I'm lucky and blessed to be sharing more moments with women each and every single morning, and not forgetting those who support the women, the communities out there, the families that embrace the women, and the organizations that have really topped up to celebrate the women and give them their space. Not forgetting women in ICT, technology is the way to go. Our children need to take up the center stage when it comes to take space. This morning, I'm happy to introduce my panel for the day. Joining me on set this morning, I'm having Alice Peace Nakalembe from Bugema University. She'll be telling us more about herself. And yet again, and once again on set this morning, I am having Faith Katwesije, School of Health Sciences. She'll be letting us know more about herself. Women's contribution towards education is a topic of discussion this Wednesday, not forgetting that women have contributed immensely when it comes to education. If you look at history, Mideast, the unique challenges they face, the barriers and the stereotypes that go on in society. Faith and Peace are here to share with us. You're welcome once again. Here's my panel. Here's my panel. You're most welcome. I'll start at the extreme end. Peace, you're most welcome. Let the viewer get to know more about you and how your morning feels like.
Oh, it's a beautiful morning. I'm happy to be hosted on this show this morning. My name is Alice Peace Nakalembe. I'm a certified marketing communicator. Thank you so much. From Bugema University, I'm the marketing officer. Thank you so much.
A woman in marketing.
Yeah.
Tough shoes
I've been
to put
there
on.
for over 15 years.
Over 15 years and still going.
Yeah, still going.
Wow. Where do you pick up the inspiration from each and every single day? People wake up and they're like, it's a Monday, oh my God, I have to go back to this job. What keeps you there?
What keeps me there is my ambition and the zeal and the training that I received. It really gets me there. It really makes me wake up and know that I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to communicate, I'm supposed to make so many sales. Like I set my standards, how many students am I supposed to recruit? 100 per week. So I'm like maybe in 2 months. So yeah, it's very satisfying to see that you communicate to someone and they apply and they come to you and the parents get to you. You reply them very fast. I like communicating. So yeah, I think
you're in the right place, communicating. Well, happy to have you at the National Broadcaster. And yes, I've been at Bugema Secondary, and I feel comfortable having this panel on set because the university was not so far away from us.
That's interesting.
Well, I'm having Faith next to me. How does it feel to be a student? Let us know more about you, something unique about you.
My name is Katwesije Faith Chelsea. I'm a third-year student in August. I'll be in fourth year from the School of Health Sciences. Well, I'm actually inspired by the women in this health field, especially by the Minister of Health, and someday I hope to actually replace her. Good dream. But yeah.
Well, very beautiful. Before we get into a topic of discussion, just reminding the viewer, we're talking about the women in education and we're here to celebrate them. Well, the saying goes, it's not my quote, my saying. The saying says, if you educate a man, you are educating an individual. And if you educate a woman, you're educating the entire family. And women empowered means Mother India empowered. Amazing. Giving women access to chances and choices available for them in society enables them to know what to do, to who, how, when, where, and why. You would agree to that?
Yeah, we would agree to that. We would agree to that because you would agree to that because you find that if I'm educated, I'm able to know what to do exactly. I'm empowered. Many ladies lack that esteem. There are inequalities. There are so many things that happen, but you know exactly what to choose, where to go. For example, right now, so many ladies, this is a time for intakes. Like in Bugema, we have our August intake. But you find that so many ladies know already what they want to become. You know, they have already started from primary to secondary. They are empowered to make the choices. They know that this is what I want. However much parents You're going to find that a parent wants you to become a nurse, but here you are, you want to become a doctor. You want to do another course. So when you get educated, you are enlightened on what to do, how to do it, who to do it, when to do it, and where to do it, where to go, where to study, where to work. You know how to apply. It really, really empowers you on making your own choice. Unlike when you're not educated, you're not exposed, you cannot even read a newspaper, you cannot even decide. You cannot even find out the details, the facts. Like when we had to come here, we had to search what other women have done, what is there, what other people have spoken about it. Just because we are educated, we know how to research, we know how to do these things. So I think it is really, really very nice to receive education as ladies.
Okay, speaking about the research that women go, the preparations they have to go through, and what they've done when it comes to education itself. How did the women's efforts for education contribute to social and cultural changes? Because I know there are barriers when it comes to society itself and maybe the culture at that, educating the girl child itself. What would your thoughts be towards that?
About what are about what they have gone through?
The efforts the efforts that women have done towards the contributions when it comes to education.
You find that, for example, when you are, I've been a quality assurance officer, you find that in education we have to set policies, we have to set standards. You find that there are women, there are doctors. For example, you can look at Sister Hawa in Chambogo, doctors in Ndeje. There are policies. I was a QA officer, quality assurance officer. Universities have a unit called the quality assurance units, whereby you have to come in and do policies and make sure that the university runs on the standard that is so high, that the grades are submitted, that the lecturers are teaching, the decisions made by management are okay, the food, everything is really, as a lady, ladies take part in these policies and how to, for example, professors, you are a professor, you are managing, so they are in the education system and they are really setting up standards high for other ladies and other growing ladies and other ladies in the education sector to come up.
Well, Faith, you are a student. Tell us about your course and why you took that particular path. Is it because of the parents shaping you, or maybe you have role models enabling you to take up that space?
All right, so I'm doing a bachelor's in nursing, first of all, and it's a really wonderful course. I mean, in the hospital setting, well, it's the nurses that keep with the patients for longer periods than the doctors or any other health workers. So usually in this path, you find that you're going to exercise a lot of compassion and passion well as you're doing your duties. And the one thing actually that inspired me to take up nursing is that every time you're in a hospital setting, you know, they call it a morning session, whereby all you're going to find is agony and pain, and you know, so when you're interacting with them, there is of course it impacts you and changes you a bit. But what I realized most that these patients, all they need is love and care, as in unconditionally. So I could say my parents are an influence, because my mom, she's an orthopedic doctor, so she might have influenced a certain part. But then the other part is that I really like taking care of people, so this was an easier way out, because I couldn't see myself doing your thing, like going on camera. So I found my true purpose with, you know, interacting with patients, taking the vitals, stuff like that, in the hospital setting. And yes, I do have role models.
And to me, what you're saying sounds like rocket science.
No, yeah, exactly. Because it's not that I have phobia for camera, but, well, I feel like this is your position, so you definitely feel safe here, right? And I feel safe in the hospital setting. So
very tough shoes you're putting on, because other people are afraid, they don't even want to see blood.
Yes, true about that, yeah. But then, yeah, I do have role models, and one of them, as I said earlier, is the Minister of Health. So Dr. Ruth Acheng, if you're watching or listening, well, I'm coming to replace you.
Amazing, we need to take up such spaces. Well, just having the facts right coming through, research demonstrates that investment in women, and more specifically women's education, has numerous positive effects that include the reduction in female fertility rates, lower infant and child mortality rates, lower maternal mortality rates, increase in women's labor force participation, and foster education investment in children. I'll just let please share more to do with that research.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the increase in the labor force. You find that women are policy makers. You find that we have women who have participated, for example, at Bugema University, the Prime Minister in charge of presidency, Honorable Babalanda. She's studying with us public administration at Bugema University. You find that there are so many women who have participated in government. Honorable Kada, you know, all those politicians that we have, they are in the labor force. When you get educated, there's so many ladies that are doctors, that are professors, that have participated because of education. And also you can find that lower mortality rates. You find that when you are educated, child mortality rates, you know how to read, you know how to immunize. You don't just give birth. Giving birth is okay. It is biblical and it is right, but you find that you know how to control yourself. I've been reading about somewhere whereby it is also, it reduces the chances of getting HIV. You are able to negotiate on all issues of sexuality, the fertility, you know what family planning method to take. There are ladies who don't even know how to read these prescriptions 2 times 3. Many people without education, they cannot do that. So you find that education has really helped so many ladies to be able to not to die early prematurely, because they know where to go, they know the doctors to see, they know what to do. You find that education has really contributed. Find that if you are a mother, because mothers, at the beginning, it is us, the women, who mother children. You find that when you are at home, you know what to give. You know what carbohydrates to give. You know the levels of this. You know the minerals the child needs. It really reduces the infant mortality rate. Yeah.
Well, to make that all come to pass, like Peace explains, we need to start right now at a tender age, and also embrace people like Faith who are still in school, with the different initiatives and organizations, you know, taking part in this. Well, looking at the initiatives, organizations being established to promote women's education globally, are you comfortable? You think you've been well represented globally for you to have a conducive environment to do what you're pursuing at school?
Okay, so what I can say is that, okay, we have NGOs coming up right now. I think they've realized the value of educating women and also having women in the health profession. So some are coming in to help fund the education for women. Some are coming in to sensitize, to influence, so that we can have many female leaders coming up. Yeah, and it's really helping, because right now in Uganda, I can say with this government, well, we have seen improvement with the education sector, especially when it comes to the ladies. Right now we have at least a bigger number of women that have been educated, because as my co-speaker earlier pointed out, we have now policymakers. We are now actually allowed to hold our own businesses, to, you know, we have autonomy, I think, and the rights have come on board for women. We can, you know, there is this saying that what a man can do, a woman can do better. Well, the thing is that we are now being empowered, and I actually feel like, yes, we are not there yet, but we are on the way there. So with time, yeah, we shall be there.
And it was, to add on to that, it was very interesting to learn that when ladies are put on the board, many boards are out there, companies are out there, they are only men. You find that there is an increase in productivity and in sales, in everything. Like when ladies are put in management, on the board, even alone to put them on the board, you find that there are 2 men, two ladies, only there's 8 men. Sometimes there are rarely any ladies there. So we encourage also companies there to train managers, to put managers there. At Bugema we train managers. We have a school of management where we encourage people to bring their students, their children, actually, yeah, with us, and we train very good managers.
Okay, safety at Bugema University.
Yeah.
Well, recently we did attend, that is last week, they were releasing a report, Our Uganda was releasing a report, and Honorable Kadushi was there and challenging the women who were in the room, that if you look at the different institutions, the ones who stand out to be the chancellors and the vice chancellors, you definitely count the institutions off your fingers. And then she's like, how come we're not taking up those spaces? Tell us how it is at Bugema.
Okay. Yeah, that is very interesting. It is still, I think, ladies are still, we have a dean, we have deans who are ladies. We have Dr. Rosette Kabuye, she's a dean of our graduate school that is on Kampala campus. Yes, she's a dean. We also, her assistant is a dean, Madame Ranga Justine. She's also an educationist. She was at BAS for so many years, Bugema Secondary School. Yeah, we have deans. Okay, we don't have very many deans. I think she's the only dean, Madame Rosette Kabuye. The rest are gentlemen. And we also, I could admit that we have fewer PhD ladies, in the country or even at Bugema University. So a dean, it necessitates you to be a whatever PhD holder. So, but we have heads of departments that are female. So we have a few heads of departments, but mostly it is still the gender issue. It's mostly it is men. When you sit in the Senate, you find that men are still more. And when we advertise for this vice chancellorship, you find that not so many ladies apply. I don't think there is a lady who applies.
Or maybe there's specifics. You know, there's some jobs and then they're like, okay, women should not apply for this.
Even if women should not apply for this. Yeah, I think it depends on the system. Mostly, like in our church, the vice chancellor is a pastor. So you find that not so many ladies are pastors also. So maybe also that one reduces the chances, but still we have not had a lady competing. But in future, I hope the policies can change and that women can become vice chancellors. Okay. And also, you find that ladies, even when you say something, so many men take time to digest what you are saying. They look at ladies. These are some of the challenges. You find that a lady manager also struggles with a male ego. The male, even you know. We've had male working with these gentlemen. You find that they take long to digest what the lady is saying. You must be a very strong lady to make the men understand what you are saying.
To get those
in
muscles.
Management. Those muscles.
And explain to them.
Those muscles. It is easier for people to respond to male leadership most times.
Okay. Well, good thing you went on to the challenges. Let's share more of those challenges that have hindered the women in pursuing education and maybe in contributing to society. Some of the things we could cite out. Maybe Faith, what are you experiencing at this particular time? Could be a challenge to you as you pursue your education.
Okay, so for starters, let's say one of the main challenges that we actually face, it's usually finances, because usually, okay, so you look at my course, it's 4 years. And within those 4 years, of course, we have hospital attachments, clinical rotations, and all that stuff. So you find at home you're not the only sibling, so you're not the only person taking money. And, you know, with every day, of course, they also have their challenges as parents. So when the money issue comes in, yes, it really hinders the education system, especially with the side of the women. So what happens is that you're either slowed down or the catching up phase is really low, because by the time you get the money, either your fellow classmates are way better, or maybe they've done some things that you have not done, so you have now to take this whole time to read, make sure you catch up for exams and stuff like that, assignments, you know, to convince lecturers, you know, it was, you know, I wasn't present because of such a challenge. And okay, yeah, those were understanding, but it's always okay. It's not always like that. There are also those that, yeah, you'll be on the wrong side. So money becomes one of the first challenges. So the other challenge could be like culture shock. The first time, okay, before I went to university, so my parents sat me down. I think because the entire vacation we had COVID-19, so we're in lockdown. So I think I had vacation for around a year. So they sat me down. You know, they give you tips, fine, and they tell you this is what happens, this is what happens. But you know, every university has its own culture, how they deal with their issues, or how they orient you. So of course they'll give you information, but sometimes this information is either not applicable or it's not enough. So by the time you actually go to the university, you find you're shocked, you're in that culture shock, and you exactly don't know if the knowledge they gave to you is going to apply. So sometimes you find that when you just enter, you know, like the university system, and realize the way they do their things, maybe it's not the way you were raised, or maybe the orientation is quite different, you know, from secondary school, and you come with all the excitement. Yes, finally I've crossed, you know, to hell with high school and teachers running after us, all that stuff. Now you come to this place whereby you have to manage your freedom, you have to, you know, you set your own time. By this time I have to be in class, by this time I have to do the assignment, by this time I should be the one motivating myself to read. So if you're not used to such an environment, it becomes a challenge or a stumbling block at first, but with time, yeah, you adjust. So I could say that the culture shock does a number on so many girls, because when you come, the first people you meet, well, they sort of introduce you to their social circles. So you might have it bad or have a bad day and end up with maybe in a group, and these people, maybe they do partying a lot, last minute reading, and maybe from way back home you're from a Christian background, or maybe the way you were raised, you were not, okay, this is not your thing, I should say, something like that. So what happens is that you come and maybe your parents were strict, and now you have freedom, you start, let me utilize this because I don't have it home, you know. So, you know, it really catches up with you, because you find at that time someone is so nice to you, you don't know exactly their character, you don't know where to set their boundaries, if this should remain a colleague, or maybe could be a close friend, or maybe this could be a mentor. So at around that time when you just enter campus, you really don't know exactly how to set the boundaries. So it also becomes a problem, because you may end up in the wrong crowd, as I said earlier. I don't know if you want me to.
Well, yeah, she's right here. She'll definitely get to know how to to air out those views at the university. Would you love to add on?
Yeah,
maybe
I
some
wanted
of the
to add on
challenges?
I think what I think is a challenge about, for example, after getting your degree, when you go out there, there are some limitations to get a job, there are conditions. And some of the ladies don't know how to go about, how to be assertive, how to say no to some of the issues, because so many men out there, they want to use ladies and then give them a job. It's a very big challenge, and many ladies say, what's wrong, let me try this. But I think men have to let ladies be, employ me, give me this, and it shouldn't be conditional. It shouldn't be conditional. Along the way, as we do policy making, as we do this, there are changes of sexual harassment at work, at different places. I think most ladies are silent about it, and they don't know what to do. They don't know where to report. They cannot go to the HR. So it is also a very, very big problem that that the ladies face, even as they go through education. I'm not saying it affects the grades.
Affects them as they pursue their education.
As they pursue their education, to their careers.
Even when they're contributing to society, it catches up with them.
It catches up with them, and they don't know. Somebody should come up with skills to how to empower ladies to overcome such issues.
I'm thinking, since we are the national broadcaster,
please,
the right people are definitely digesting the submission. Maybe just getting to the economic growth itself. The outcomes not only improve the quality of life of women and families, but when it comes to economic growth, it also it helps in the various sectors where the women are blessed. If they're best blessed and positioned right, they're able to put out their best foot forward. Yes, maybe just taking us through some of the economic growth perspective.
I read about in Europe they are trying to make sure that both ladies and men are working at the same rate. they are decreasing it, so it should be also in Uganda, such that you say 50%, these are employed in each company. We make sure ladies and men are at the same level. So it lowers it makes us to get the gross domestic product. It lowers, for example, I found out that, for example, in the United States, they're also trying to do it, but in Europe, their economy has grown high because ladies are allowed to participate in the economic perspective. They are allowed to participate in the employment. So you find that they are not left at home. And when President Obama talked in the University of Cairo, he said that it's no coincidence that countries where women are well educated, they have become very prosperous. So you find that there are things we do, we are faithful, we really communicate with, we are true. Anyway, wherever the lady is, you find that we try to do things in the right way, follow things in the right manner. We are, you know, it leads to economic growth. Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah.
Wow. And then having facts right, is estimated that closing the gender gap could boost the United States gross domestic product. Well, we need to borrow such from other nations. Some of the notable women that you could cite out when it comes to education itself.
Yeah.
She has a role model already that she has cited out.
Dr. Rita Makumbi, yeah, she was the quality assurance. She was a quality assurance director. She's now, I think, in Canada. Yeah, we have the vice president, the former Speciosa Wandera Kazibwe. She was a doctor. We have these ladies, the Sister Hawa. She's also a doctor. We have. There is a doctor in Makerere, I've forgotten her name. She's Sarah Chiguli, she's a professor. You know, those are professors in education, and they are managing quality assurance in education. They are really making sure that things are done in the rightful manner. Yeah. Yeah, they inspire me.
And then we have Peace.
Yeah,
here,
who
has been there for 15 years and still moving.
and still moving.
Yes, we commend
I'm going to study
well.
digital education in the University of Edinburgh. I thank God. I was selected to do. Yeah, of course, it's a master's in digital education. So you find that as a lady, that's what I use as a lady. I have this passion to make sure we do well.
Take up the
idea. I think that's why I also won that scholarship. So yeah, but the challenge is I would like to appeal to government. As I work as a marketing officer, so many ladies are out there, they start in 2021, 2020, but they don't even have the application fee. For example, at Bugema, our application fee is 50,000. They cannot even afford. They are twins. I have numerous girls who are young, but they don't even have access to education. So I appeal to the government, if they can, for example, educate 20 girls in every private university up to the end, because many ladies are out there, and you find that when you are at home, the boyfriends are there, people become pregnant along the way. You find that parents are really, really challenged because they prefer to educate, as Faith said, to educate boys first. You find that, no, this one is in school, let me wait until then the girl can wait. The girl is married off at dowry, a simple dowry. So there is a challenge in the country that ladies should be educated, should be given like the 2% or 10% bursary, such that they can access education. Yeah.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Maybe just getting to know why you chose a particular path, the digitalization.
Yeah. Yeah, I found it. I studied a diploma in marketing communication awarded by UK CIM. So I realized there was a digital technology. We study marketing, digital marketing. So you find that the world has gone digital. For example, if I can recruit people digitally, they're on phone, they just send me, everything is done digitally these days. So I believe that once I get this digital education, actually it's supposed to help women and vulnerable communities, the refugees, the women, the widows. So that is my bias. I feel that ladies need somebody to help them, because when you send, for example, I send you a link, you apply, it's all done digitally. You find that there's so many opportunities out there that ladies need to catch, the widows need to sell their products. So many ladies are out there, they have products, but they don't know how to sell them. So once you get this education, you are able to pass it on and help ladies use the digital technologies or education to assist them grow from one level to another level.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the feeling of like they
Yeah.
need to really be represented
Yeah, yes,
much more, the women. Wow. Would you love to add your thoughts to that?
Okay.
Some of the models away from
On the minister.
General Thacheng waiting up for you, eh?
I also look up to the Minister of Education, the First Lady, well. And, well, if the government would embrace this, I mean, if they could arrange seminars, like for at least secondary schools, first to educate or to pass on information to the ladies, even if it's just not the ladies but both genders, to the ladies on how to exactly prepare for campus, the mental preparation, the physical preparation, how to handle finances, because we are in a transition from teenagehood to young adulthood. So some of the things or the challenges we face are because we are not well skilled or equipped to handle them. But if we are given information, at least, you know, there is a saying that forewarned, okay, when you're forewarned, you're better able to handle situations. And also I saw this film on social media and it really, really made my day. They were saying, okay, someone was asking, what is that thing in life that has so many keys but it can't open any door? And someone was like, education. But I stand to disagree, because once you're educated, one, you can read and write, meaning you're not illiterate, you're literate. And even if people claim that the education system we have in Uganda is more theoretical, not practical, I believe that when we sit in those classes and the lecturers pass on that information, I know maybe the practicability maybe with the financial situation of our country may not be, you know, more, or the exposure may be a little limited, but one thing I believe is that once you're equipped, you're better off than someone who is not equipped with anything. So at least if this information we are given in classes, we can utilize it in society. She has talked about the aspect of digitalization. So I can sit here and influence someone across the world, you know, reach out to people, so many people, via Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, so many platforms. And also I like this idea for mental health, where they have helplines, well, to reach out to people, but people actually don't know about them, so they start dying in silence. So if the government could come up with this system whereby we have counselors, of course there are counselors in some institutions because we have at Bugema University, but if also from the lower stages, primary, secondary, that by the time someone comes up, well, the exposure is that you have someone to talk to, someone to air out your emotions, what you're feeling. I think that would be a harmonious way to bring more women on board, because some people can't come up because of their cultures. I, for one, know of a culture in Western Uganda whereby the men, when a man would like you, all they would do is carry you, and the next time your parents see is when you're pregnant and they're coming with dowry, you see. So some of the challenges we actually face in society, even if it's school, sometimes you find maybe you're being sexually harassed, but you can't come up because either this person holds a bigger office and it's your word against theirs. But once there is a panel of people you can go to for help, and you know you can freely talk to them, or there are those helplines that in case of an emergency you can just call and tell them, I have this challenge, and immediately there is a response. I think that would be great. Yeah.
Brilliant idea that Faith has. Well, amazing. I just wish someone takes it on. For those who are watching, again, we salute the men, the organizations, the families, the communities where women are. They nurture the children right before they get to the classrooms. We salute you for supporting the women in those various fields, especially in the organizations, employing more women. Yes, we do salute you. And you walk into an organization, you walk into a building, and then you find a woman and you're like, oh my God, how do I? You have to compose yourself and find a way of getting in there to get assistance. But if you're a woman and you breast a fellow woman, lifting up a fellow sister, good stuff. We salute you. And for those of you who have just joined us, good to know that we're having your company this Monday morning. You're watching your The amazing series that come your way every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that is to do with celebrating women. Today our focus is on education. My name is Sandra. We are live from Broadcast House, Nile Avenue, UBC, to inspire you. And I guess for today, I am having Alice Peace Nakalembe. She's from Bugema University. And also Katwesije Faith Chelsea was sharing with us, giving us great submissions there. She's into School of Health Sciences. Well, at Bugema, there's a lot for you. Peace earlier on shared the management skills that you do give out, and helping the women out there, embracing them. What are some of those courses? What is the intake? Please fill us in, because I know for this particular series, we want to help the women out there who are trying to figure out where to place their children, where should I invest them, where should I invest my child? If she's into health sciences, why would I invest in such? And then the students out there trying to find out where to go to do the right courses.
Thank you very much, Sandra. Yeah, right now we have the nursing. If your daughter got, you have a certificate in nursing and midwifery. If your daughter got past chemistry, biology, English, math, physics, they are welcome to. We are still recruiting for a certificate in nursing and a diploma, certificate, diploma, and health sciences, a degree in nursing, as our colleague Faith is doing it. We have August intake. Right now it is going on. That is the School of Health Sciences. So we also have natural sciences, where we have agriculture, diplomas, animal production. Everything is there. We welcome you. We have also biotechnology, statistics, all those courses we do offer. Computer forensics, computer engineering. We have our intakes going on right now, and even in the social sciences, we train very good social sciences in disaster management, public administration, social work and social administration. The country still needs these social sciences, so scientists also, to help societies grow from where they are to other. We also have master's programs that are offered at our Kampala campus on Bombo Road. Every weekend you study only on Sundays. And we also offer PhD programs. We have all MBA. We also have management, masters in education, curriculum instruction, masters of arts in education. So many programs. You can just visit our website on www.bugemayuniv.sc.ug. And also we have a campus on Gayaza Zirobe Road. We are still recruiting. We have a campus in Mbale, on Maruku Drive in Aroa, near Arua Park Division. Yeah, we have campuses all over, and we welcome parents who have not yet figured out. We are a private university where your children just need to have 2 principal passes. Even 2 subsidiaries, the government put a higher education certificate whereby somebody can do it, a bridging for 1 year, and you take your results and do a degree in any university all over the world, all over Uganda. So we have also in-service programs for teachers and other professionals who are coming on 28th of August. We encourage, the government gave teachers a few years to finish and attain a degree. So we welcome you, those who did grade 3, grade 4, come and upgrade at our Institute of at Bugema University. So we do have so many courses there. We cannot say them all. We have a vocational school where we train the other vocational skills, the hair, the what, and those other things. But why should a person come to Bugema University? Something that is unique about us is that we train the head, the heart, and the hands. So many institutions ignore the heart. The heart is the source of everything. As Adventists, our university is for Adventists, though we welcome everyone, but we believe in training the 3H, the head, heart, and hands. We train every participant, every of our students, to learn a skill. At least you learn a skill, a skill from the head. As you wait to get a degree, you have learned how to do all the cookery, you've learned how to do all the driving, you've learned how to bake bread. We make our own, we have our own bakery. Our students are really hands-on, and we have our university trains the general, we have general requirements whereby everyone has to learn something. You have to learn accounting, you have to learn principles, you have to learn ethics. There are
Mentorship
courses,
as well.
mentorship, yeah, we mentor our students, and we have families. It's like a family.
Yes,
Bugema is
that
like
one,
a
that one I
family.
really understand.
Yeah,
That one
Bugema is a family.
I have at least
a
tested.
home away from home.
I've tested the family beat in Adventist schools.
Yeah, so we welcome.
And okay, I remember so many things about it. But the compassion and the family, the way you embrace people.
Yeah.
I will not forget on the lighter note, Bugema Secondary School, the feeding itself.
The feeding is the feeding.
You know,
I was
it is
also
way
at
back in
Bugema
school.
Secondary, yeah.
You know, it is back in school. You're like posho and beans, but hey,
but they are
Bugema
cooked
is
differently.
amazing.
Yeah, it's really, really amazing.
And the mentorship.
And the mentorship. And also, everybody grows. It's redemptive education. If you have your daughter, you think she can never make it, you think she's too stubborn, you know, all that. We have counselors, the dean, the wardens are very, before we start classes, we pray, we expose people to God, because we know God is the source of everything. God is the source of everything, of all wisdom, of everything. Yeah.
Wow, great submission. And a good thing I'm a testimony, so.
We are happy.
Well, Faith, finding solutions. Yes, finding solutions. I love the bit. Maybe sharing with us how it feels to be at Bugema.
Wow. Okay, so I must admit, my parents, when they told me, okay, so you're going to Bugema, I was scared, because, you know, like all Christian-based institutions, they are labeled to be very strict. But this is one thing I actually like about university, as in this specific one, is that it's not in the city, so it's quiet, it's cool. You're not going to have distractions like, of course distractions will be there, yes, but it's in a cool environment whereby every time you can get the fresh air, you know, you feel the breeze and you're like, yeah, I mean, this is it. And the environment, well, the environment is that, aside from as she had earlier, you know, elaborated, aside from the aspect that they trained the mind and hands-on thing, well, they also train us to embrace spirituality, to embrace God and everything. And I've actually loved that about it so much. And the feeding, oh my God, it's so, they give you breakfast, lunch, and supper, and it's plant-based diet. I'm not exactly saying these are strict vegetarians. All I'm saying is that, you know, what we eat is what shapes us. So for us to have strong bodies and, well, that to have strong bodies or mental capabilities being able to function very well, then it has to be plant-based diet. At least for all people who have tried it can testify. People who have lived longer, they know that. So aside from the food, aside from the food well being good, the other thing is that in Bugema, we all respect each other and we take each other as brother and sister. As long as when you enter the gate, immediately you'll feel it. The way they welcome you, the way they get you space, like hostel, the way they arrange you around school, you definitely know that you'll fit in this place, because we don't have classes like upper class, middle class, or lower class. No, we are all one, and that's one thing I actually love about it. Yeah.
Well, beautiful. To the earlier on submission that Peace gave to us, educating women, at least even when it comes to issues to do with health, maybe the children, as we groom them, that is to do with the boy and the girl child. You realize that at least even when an educated woman will definitely make the right decisions, that is to do with health, immunization, they will definitely take it on. At least 50 of them will take the children for immunization. So it's very key to have education going through at all centers for the women to, you know, have a better and conducive environment to also nurture the children out there, pave way for the next generation to come. Well, any other thoughts that you'd love to share with us when it comes to educating a woman and when you educate a woman, you're not just educating an individual.
Yeah, you educate you educate the society, the economy. Yeah. It is you don't educate the lady only, the girl, but you educate society, the men at home, the leaders to be, everything, the feeding, it all goes around when you because ladies are at the center stage of everything. I didn't say my role model is Her Highness the Queen of Buganda. I salute her. I like her ways and the way she's educated and the way she has carried herself. She has really motivated me to be the Muganda lady and I congratulate her on her achievements. Yeah.
Well, beautiful.
Yeah.
Maybe more information as she talks about the Queen. The Queen Mother of Buganda reminds me to pass out this information for those who are watching, and knowing that today Buganda Kingdom will be celebrating the 30th coronation anniversary of the Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II. That is at his palace in Lubiri Mengo. And well, for this 2023 joyous celebrations, it is marking the first open ceremony to the public after all the other royal events were scaled back due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, that is in 2022. Now it's momentous and it's a significant celebration for the kingdom and its people, and as a national broadcaster we shall be giving you that particular update later on, so you need to keep watching. That information will be coming your way. The celebrations will be brought to you live from wherever you're watching us from. Well, I have a few minutes at the top of the hour, 11, before we're kicked out of this place. People you'd like to commend or appreciate back at the university? Yeah, please do.
Yeah, would like to thank Professor Kafero Israel, who allowed us to come here, and Madame Susan, the finance, who enabled us to come here. And we thank you, Sandra, for hosting us so well, and Etiang, and the team here that has hosted us. Yeah, we are very, very grateful, and we thank our parents who have educated us. We thank the people who have educated us, the places where we've gone. Yeah, we are very grateful. Yeah.
Well, Faith, send out some love.
Okay, so for starters, well, I want to actually thank the university for this opportunity, for being for picking me up to come and represent it, and also from the School of Health Sciences. Secondly, I want to thank my parents, well, for putting me in school, because at least there is a difference between me and the people from my place.
And their names?
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs.
Okay. Mr. and Mrs. Batwesije, my dad, that's my dad. My mom is Mrs. Betty Batwesije. And I'm sending out a lot of love to my greatest mentor currently, Professor Arancha Gibri and his wife. May God bless you. Yeah, thank you.
Well, we salute the women who have made history, and they're still making history with a determination and confidence. Each and every single day you go out to transact your businesses. Wish you all the best. A word of encouragement from Peace to the fellow women, those in marketing. And now that you're about to take up the digitalization space.
Yeah, a word of encouragement is that let us struggle on, let us be together, let us share. Let us continue to share our knowledge with and wisdom with each other in our associations, and also to strive out there for more excellency and more learning. Yeah, may God bless you. And to be strong. Yeah.
So when we get to...
There are challenges, you know, marketeers, people think marketeers, we like spending. There are so many things we have to push, and we push, so we learn how to push. Let them push more, because people think we spend, and for us in spending, we think we bring back every coin that we spend. Yeah?
And tough shoes that you're putting on.
Yeah, it's very tough.
Because I
very tough.
I would attest to it that it's more of the men that are taking up the sales and marketing positions. Yes, tell us about it. How unique are women in that field?
Yeah. Yeah, you find that it is people, we find more favor, maybe more favor. Yeah, we are favored. You find that when you are a lady, you get, for example, a company you can negotiate discounts, because about marketing is about also negotiating for discounts. Like coming here, we had to do a lot of negotiations and we got that. So you find that when you are a lady and you say this, people trust you, and
don't be like her. She's a woman and in marketing. She must be economical.
We are economical, and we don't spoil the money. Every coin we really account for.
You count your money right down, deep down in the pockets before you pull it out. Well, amazing. Faith, words of encouragement to someone out there who wants to take your path, do health sciences.
Okay.
Though you'd look good, and you'd be fit for this very position.
Wow.
Doing what Sandra is doing.
I'll take that on. Well, what I want to pass on is that keep dreaming, because whatever you want, whatever you wish that maybe you could be is just out there waiting for you to reach or grasp for it. So don't give up, and every day is a new day to start afresh. I don't care where maybe you are or what you've done or what your past is. Just wake up every day, tell yourself, I can do it, I'm going to do it, and I'll do it. Yeah.
Okay. If you make a decision to go to Bugema University, I'm sure you'll ask for peace, and you'll definitely catch up with her. Maybe just getting to know more about how we can get her.
Okay.
We just work with you have socials all over,
Yeah.
on social media.
Yeah.
One just logs in to Bugema University and all the information comes
Yeah,
out.
all information comes out, yeah. I think, can I read my number?
Oh,
on
feel
this?
free.
Yeah, kindly. My number, Airtel, is 0753 93 53 37. I repeat it, 0753 93 53 37. It's also on WhatsApp, and you can call, and also the MTN is the same line, but the codes change, 0772 93 53 and 37. You can call me right away, tell me about your daughter, tell me how I'll recruit her, even the gentlemen, the men, I'll recruit them.
I know at the end of the day they also
www.bugemauniv.ac.ug. You can also find us there, Twitter and everywhere. You just find us there. Thank you so much.
Wow. Visit the website, get to know more about Bugema University, and peace is right there. Our hands are open to embrace and receive you and guide you. It's been a pleasure spending time with you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for coming through.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
Greetings.
so much. Yeah.
Greetings
Welcome
to
back
the
again.
people at the university.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for standing out. I love it when women stand out and
Yeah.
shine.
Yeah,
I
thank
am
you
so
so
happy
much.
about today's episode.
Thank you so much.
Good to have your company,
Thank you,
Peace.
Sandra.
Good to have your company, Faith.
Thank you, Sandra.
And great to have your company as well, my dear viewer. Proud of you. Thank you for choosing the National Broadcaster. Looking forward to spending more time with you. That is tomorrow, same time, same place. God bless you, and we love you.